Hebner is still with us. She runs the Autism Mom Facebook page, talking to Crystal about autism, her autistic son Drew specifically, and how other parents can try to cope with their kids and get through this trying time.
Crystal, I know from the last segment, some of the things that you were talking about, it sounds like, well, first of all, we know every child is different. And the way they handle things, the way they do things, just like every person is different. But it sounds like one of the main bits of advice you would have is to just take it day by day, because it could be ever changing. What is like a bit of advice that you could give a mother right now or a father who is struggling with maybe a routine that they've set their mind on, but it might not be the best routine for their child?
Right. And that's something that, even though I like to say I kind of have my stuff together, I really don't, because as much as I want a routine and I want something to work, and I try to make a schedule that is good for me, as hard as it is, we have to revolve that schedule around that child, because this is a time where we really have to rally around their needs and kind of put ours to the side until we're able to find that steady ground. Because that me fighting Drew to accommodate my schedule was probably setting me back more than it was helping me or him. So whenever I just kind of gave it to him and said, Drew, what do you want to do? How do you want to handle our day? And I kind of gave him the control to schedule the day out. I noticed things started to calm down. I have found that not fighting or fueling the autism has really brought things down to a manageable level. But it was whenever I was forcing, you have to do your homeschooling from this hour to this hour, and we're eating dinner from this hour to this hour, is when I got most of the pushback. And so it was me taking a step back, a deep breath, and just saying, at this point, I'm going to let him control it, because he can control his emotions. He can control his autism to some extent. And just going with that and feeding off of his excitement, his energy, his routine, his schedule, really just kind of made everything flow so much easier. So that's my biggest piece of advice is don't fight the autism, work with it right now.
Do you have to find a delicate balance, though, between letting them have control but not letting them take control? Because at the end of the day, you're still the parent, so there's got to be some balance there, right?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I have always maintained, and I don't really know that there's a better word, I've always maintained being the alpha over his autism, and can always quickly reel things back in. And I'm very much so in control. And if he does step out of line, all I have to do is give the look or say, Drew Easton, and he will say, I'm so sorry, Crystal, which is adorable. But that has been, since the day he started talking, it's so funny because autism, and I think it's cute and it's weird whenever I hear him call me mom, but he has always referenced me as Crystal, and it's just the sweetest thing. But it's that look. It's that tone in my voice that he knows he's overstepped it. And when he says, I'm so sorry, Crystal, and he gives me that little smirk, it just lets me know that I've done the right thing and that we still have that close bond even through these hard times.
Now, you have a big event, a few big events coming up on your Facebook page that can be very helpful to autism parents. Tell us about that.
I was sitting around yesterday and just decided, I have so many moms that are messaging me. I spend most of the day on the phone with autism moms, crying, telling me they can't hold it together. They get through the day, and at the end of the night, they're exhausted. And so I decided to host a Zoom. I've seen them all over TV. People are coming together. They're playing bingo. They're playing drinking games. They're just generally talking. And I thought, you know what? Autism moms need support. They need a moment to understand that it's okay to not be okay. And I'm not saying that they're going to get on the Zoom and start crying and start pleading all their woes, but it feels good to get around people who understand what it's like to live with someone who has autism or any emotional handicap, because it's not easy. It is hard. It plays a lot of games on you and your head and your psychology, just everything in general. And it feels so good to come together and know that you're not alone. So I decided to do 3 Zooms, this Thursday, the following Tuesday, and then the next Thursday. And I do have that on my Autism Moms Facebook page as well. And I think it will be a great release and place where people will find comfort that have autistic children at home through this.
So tell us again what time and when, and exactly how to get to the Facebook page.
I am on Facebook. You can either find it on my Facebook page, which is Crystal Hebner, or my Autism Mom page, which all you have to do is search out the Autism Mom, and you'll see a picture of myself and Drew on there as well. But this Thursday, we'll have it at 8 p.m. Central Time. Next Tuesday, we will have it during the day at 2 p.m. Central Time. And then the following Thursday, the 23rd, it will be at 8 p.m. Central Time. And my Zoom link is posted on the graphic, and it is actually everazooms.com. And you can just click on that at the time, and it will load up to a Zoom. The spaces are unlimited, so I'm hoping we can get tens of thousands, which would be really exciting on the Zoom, because we would be making a big impact.
Thank you so much for talking to us, and hopefully we can talk to you again maybe in a couple weeks, and you'll be getting finished with your second Zoom, and then we can bring up some of those topics that the parents have brought up in those Zoom sessions.
Yes, that sounds wonderful. I will have a lot of guest speakers, autism moms that actually will be speaking up as well, for sure, just to share some of their struggles. This Thursday, we will have a lot of local, but on next Tuesday, we will have people from all around the world that will actually be sharing too.
Crystal, thank you so much for the time. Appreciate it. And we look forward to talking to you again soon. And tell Drew we said hi.
Most definitely. Thank you so much for having me on. I appreciate you all very much, especially raising awareness for autism. You all are the best.
This is Ron